And the book is full of stuff like this. Like, who knew that bees communicate and tell each other where the good foraging is? Wow, man. I mean, you could spend your whole life and you wouldn't even scratch the surface of how interesting these little insects are.
It sounds like you might hang on to them for a while.
I think I will. There's so many things in life. I'm on to a couple of other subjects for another book, and we got this 111 series. But when I was heavily into writing it and heavily into discovering it, it was great. And like I said, there's so many things in life to be interested in.
So what haven't we talked about bees that we should be talking about?
There's a real easy way to get involved. And that is, if you live in the Lower Mainland, the Richmond Bee Club, they meet once a month. They welcome new people, and they meet at the Richmond Nature Park. But it's the club for all of Vancouver. And they get 180 people there. They have presenters come in. They've got a talk for beginners. They welcome people. You pay a small fee, you join, you meet like-minded people, you get a bee mentor, all sorts. So there's a club you can join. And there's tons of books, tons of tutorials on YouTube. And so it's a cool hobby to get involved with and to try. And if you don't like it, at least you gave it a try. You knew it going in. But you will probably get 30, 40, 50 pounds of honey, So my final giveaway is, why not give it a try? That your listeners they'll see a honeybee tomorrow after listening to this, and they'll think a little bit differently about it.
Dave, I really want to thank you for taking the time to talk about not just bees, but your career, yourself, what keeps you up at night, what motivates you.
An absolute pleasure. Let's both continue to be curious, Don. I think that's a good way to end off this wonderful podcast. And I really enjoyed it. It was time worthwhile and well spent. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. We've been speaking with Dave Doroghy about his careers and mostly about bees and his latest book, Show Me the Honey, Adventures of an Accidental Apiarist. That's another edition of the Conversation Lab. This radio program and podcast is produced by CFRO-FM in Vancouver's downtown east side. We're on the territories of the Squamish, Musqueam, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. Our gratitude and thanks to them, as well as to the many not-for-profit organizations, community groups, and change makers around the world that support this program. If you enjoyed today's conversation, please consider becoming a member of Co-op Radio to support this program and the many others produced by hundreds of volunteers. If you have a story to share or know someone who does, please have them contact us at coopradio.org, theconversationlab.ca, and on many social media and podcasting platforms. This episode was cobbled together with some help from Brian McKinnon, Kimit Sekon, John Massacar, and Julian Anton. Thanks, guys, and thank you for listening. I'm Don Schaefer.